This conference will now be recorded.
All right, thank you. It's 10 after 2. We'll start the meeting for the Central Texas Solid Waste Advisory Committee. Call the meeting to order. Does anybody have any public comments? Start off.
All right, nothing online.
All right, and then we'll move on to item number 3. It's an action item regarding approval of the May 29th meeting minutes. Do I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
We have a motion from Tyler and a second from Mark to approve the meeting minutes. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries forward. All right, item 4 is action item for regarding the evaluation and selection of the FY26 grant applications. I'm going to turn this over to David.
So we have a pretty easy essay this year. We only got 3 applications this year, and the amount all they're asking for is $60,000, which is under the $78,000 that we've been allotted. So it's why we have the evaluations in. I tallied all of that, but obviously, I figured that since we only had 3 applications, that the scoring side of things wouldn't be as critical because obviously we have enough to fund all of these, and it doesn't seem like anyone found a huge issue in any of the applications. So I guess really the bigger point I would say is we have this extra $18,000 that is unspent, unallocated for this year. So we kind of have 2 options going forward with it. We can either kind of allocate some of it to the rest of these projects, fill these out a bit more, or we can push it to next year, which would give us about $96,000 in total project money, which means that we would really have to push some of the other, counties, towns to submit projects of their own, or look at having like a larger region-wide project. That's something for a bit down the line, but I'm just kind of bringing that up as a point that with extra money, we can push it to next year, but it probably means getting a few of the people who I know kind of mentioned wanting to apply, kind of talked about applying, who didn't end up submitting an application, getting, kind of pushing them to send an application for this extra money that we'll be looking at having.
Okay.
Yeah, so those were the scores for all the projects. But again, it should be pretty straightforward. I think the totals being asked for each, I think with refresh myself. Yeah, so for the Bell County Tire Event, 20,000. Then for City Clean is it 25, and then City of Temple 15,000. So we can all vote on that.
All right. Thank you, David. I'll entertain a motion to approve all the applications as presented, and also to decide what we want to do with future money. Good.
As a discussion item before making a motion, would it be possible to take half of that, put it away for next year, take the other half and allocate it between? Is that something that we can think about doing?
Yeah, we can basically do whatever we want to with that money. We can divide it up however we want to. So it's something.
Just have it available. We've got a lot of the rest of the year. We've got the whole fiscal year in front of us.
Yeah, we do.
Something may come up.
Yeah, we don't have to make a decision about it now necessarily. We could see kind of towards next year.
Is it possible one of the 3 entities could have their event and go way over budget and then ask for more money? Is that a thing?
Yeah, we could do that. We would just have to vote on it kind of at the time.
Okay.
To allow for that implementation money to be spent. But yeah, we can Yeah, there are a few options we have. We can just kind of leave it open for now, and then we can see, next February, next May, whatever it might be. Oh yeah, a project's got over budget. Let's push as much as we can towards that. Or it looks like everyone's kind of met their respected funding. Let's push this to next year and just fund more projects or fund higher budget projects.
The other thing is that in the applications, it seemed that this was the amount they were asking for, and they were stepping up, were able to step up with any difference if there was one.
I make a motion that we fund what was requested and we keep the rest of it aside, but give them the opportunity to come back.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second, and that motion, sorry, I put the words in your mouth, but that does include approving all the applications as presented.
Yes.
Yeah. Very good. So we got a motion from Scott, and a second from Paul for approving the applications and allocating the money for future spending. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries forward. Thank you.
You do.
Item number 5 is discussion and action item for regarding the FY26 event dates for these projects.
Yeah, so looking at just the event dates that were submitted for the Bell County Tire event, March 13th through March 14th, 2026, so kind of same as last year. I think the only real, maybe not conflict, but kind of point of discussion here is that both the Temple and the Killeen HHW events would take place in May. So there's not necessarily an issue with that. I just, wanted to make sure, are y'all both fine holding it in the same month? Would you, be interested in shifting it around maybe?
I'm fine with the same month. My only concern was not having to turn out for one event versus the other.
Yeah. I will say City of Temple, we normally do it in October. Our road and event space is gonna be under construction.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the reason why we're moving it to May. The construction's actually starting later this month or September. So it's gonna be right in the middle of it when we usually have our October event. So we push it back to a spring event. We did select the first Saturday in May. I don't know if you wanted to, we put an actual date.
I didn't put it on the application. I think it was booked for the second
Was it same
at
day?
the venue, but
Okay,
I can check the schedule and see if we can push that back a couple of weeks or something.
okay. I'm amenable to try to push ours if needed, but I've already talked with Waste Management who helps us put our event on, and that's what they said.
Okay.
What we're able to set up.
I guess, could we maybe get,
Or like in April or.
April.
April would be fine as well, yeah. Yeah,
I'll check availability. I'll send y'all an email tomorrow
Okay.
once I get answers.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, do you have, I guess would you happen to have maybe just, kind of a backup May date we could say.
Any weekend in there.
Any weekend in May, all
Except
right,
for Memorial Day.
right, so, okay, I guess,
Mother's Day, yeah. Better not leave for that.
Yeah. Somebody wants to clean out a garage.
Maybe they do come home.
Well, that's right. Maybe that's what she says.
so I guess we could approve the dates, March 13th and 14th for Bell County, May 2nd for Temple, and then, we could just say, for Killeen, just approve in April or May date. Right.
I'm fine with that. Thanks
Yeah.
for making it work. Yeah, I can make a motion if we need that. It's that we approve the dates presented by Bell County and by City of Temple, and appreciate Colleen looking at maybe moving to April or May. That's a great time frame for being outside of those. So thank you for that.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Motion by Zone, second by Marcy. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any,
Aye.
any opposed? All right, motion carries forward for the dates.
Oh, and would you happen to know when you'd be able to get to me on that, like when you might know?
I'm gonna check their event calendar tomorrow.
Okay,
I'll touch base with them in the morning. I should have an answer by tomorrow afternoon.
all right, awesome, sounds good to me. All right,
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it.
I forgot to put in a slide for it, I think, but this is just a discussion item regarding just kind of private sector business representative voting member. I know that that's been vacant for, I think, about a year now, last I checked. And Marcy, you put forward
Patrick O'Neill
Patrick
from
O'Neill,
True Homes.
True Homes, all right.
He reached out to him and he said he would be willing to serve. So I don't know what we need to do as far as moving forward with that.
We should have an application. We had an application, but then we fill out and then we review it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if we could get that.
Yeah, I can reach out to him and then
Okay, I can send you his
next meeting,
contact.
yeah, if you could send me his contact information, I can reach out to him.
Thank you
And
for finding somebody.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
me, all right. And then just staff update stuff. Yeah, next meeting, November 13th at 10 a.m. Hopefully, this is the last Wednesday meeting we have. I know with some people it kind of conflicts with a few people's schedules. It's just that in this case we had a few Thursdays this month booked. So this was kind of the best date.
I like to see Paul in the afternoon. He's more chatter.
Yeah, and we can adjust the time on that one. If people like afternoons more, I can bring it up in a follow-up email. We're good to kind of play with the time on that one. And also, I brought up in the May meeting having kind of a historical, trends database, whatever you want to call it, of past HHW projects, just looking at waste collection totals over time, matching out with funding, kind of giving that to all of y'all as a resource. I hoped to have it kind of ready by this meeting. Unfortunately, when I was putting in the data, spreadsheets does what it does, and something messed up, and I'm trying to work that out now. Hopefully, by September, within the next couple of weeks, I'll have that ready to send out to all of you guys. So yeah, just be looking for that. I'll be sending that kind of in a follow-up item, as well as I think way back in February, we kind of talked about kind of regional food waste, kind of developing it, kind of looking into that, kind of seeing what the data, the numbers are. Now that the school year is back in swing, I'm going to start reaching out to some of the school districts and seeing if I can just conduct a couple of food waste audits. I'll be sending also to you guys kind of a plan I've drawn up to take those first steps. Some of the schools I've reached out to, just seeing if y'all are good with that. Then I'll hopefully be able to do that in September, October, November before the next meeting, and come back to you guys with a few preliminary numbers on that. Other than that, we have air quality readings for this month. It was, oh gosh, it's hard to see. It was like 56 in Killeen and 53 in Temple. We spiked up pretty high kind of these past couple months, but it looks to be getting back to normal again. So we're kind of close to hitting that 70 parts per billion standard. We're kind of in that range, but with I spoke with TCQ and TxDOT and kind of with all the stuff going on at the EPA right now. It's kind of radio silence from them on if any of these, on if being over that 70 ppb count is going to affect us at all. But but yeah, it shouldn't, I haven't heard anything. I'll let y'all know if it comes into, if it becomes a point of discussion at all. But otherwise, that's it on my end. Are there any member comments, discussion, any points that any of you guys want to bring up?
I failed to mention at the end of the meeting, I brought Brent Manichek with me. He's sitting over here to our right. He's our recycling manager at the City of Temple, and wanted to introduce him to you guys. And he actually heads up our HHW event, so I brought him to this meeting to sit in on this.
Oh. Thank you.
I guess one additional thing that I'll probably make an item for next meeting is just in regards to the project scoring and evaluation. I know that it was a bit redundant kind of this year, obviously with only 3 projects, and how much do you really need scoring if you're having a smaller amount of money being requested for than what you have available? And also, in theory, we have kind of the application scoring, but then we have the presentations the day of, but the projects are kind of already scored. So how much are the presentations going to weigh in on the actual evaluation project selection process? So maybe look at, maybe we could look at having the scoring be done during the meeting itself, kind of bring it back to that. Score during the meeting as well, give you guys the projects obviously to look at beforehand, but we score during the meeting and kind of be able to factor in the presentation side of things a bit more. Hopefully with next year, we'd have more projects and more, more projects to score and have presentations on it and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm looking to bring that up to you guys for next meeting.
Also, David, I mentioned this earlier, but I know that we need to have our governing bodies approve the applications and the pricing of that, but I don't think it's necessary for voting purposes or for application purposes to have that already approved. It's hard for me to take something to council unless I know exactly what I'm taking. I could ask for $50,000 and the council could say, yes, do that, but then we get in this meeting and I only get 10. But, so that's one of those things, and then I'd have to take an item back to council and ratify, what exactly is that we're getting. So I think that portion of the application saying that must be done with the applications looked at, because I know Dwayne did it in the county, he had the judge send it in, they already voted on it, but I think at the city level, it's one of those that I don't like taking out an item to council unless I know exactly what it is that I'm asking. If that makes sense.
And that can just be something we get later. TCEQ requires that. I didn't know that. And that can just be something we receive later once they have all their information of what we're going to give them. It doesn't necessarily have to factor into, if they all say that, they're supported, I don't have to have some official thing that says.
Right. I'll speak with them again and see how much wiggle room that there is on that, and what we could maybe do to, because I know it's a very, you're kind of trying to get approval from city council, from whoever, about a funding amount that you don't know exactly,
And when we take an item like that to council, it's public knowledge, and so the public will see, well, what date was that HHW on? And just like in this case, Tyler's going to go back and try to nail down a date. If you had already taken that to council, we wouldn't have that flexibility.
Right.
I don't think it's anything we need wiggle room on. It just makes sense that needs to be the process.
It needs to be after we vote on it,
Yeah, I was supposed to be wiggle room in regards to how the rule, how the solid waste contract is, the one that we have with them, and some of the requirements around how the selection process is supposed to go. Like I said, I'll speak with them and I'll get back to you all about kind of what they say about that.
and then we could change the application based on that by next year.
Yeah. If that happened, then I would have a new application to be voted on for that.
I got a question, more dealing with the COG website though. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Victor.
Okay. I know whenever I get questions about next events that are coming up, I refer them to the website, and I had one of the customers tell me the stuff on there is from a couple of years ago, and I went and checked it out myself, and oh yeah, it is in 2020 and 2021. Is there a way to get that updated to reflect the upcoming events?
Is that on the SWAC, on the COG website?
Yeah, on the Sister Texas Council website, and
Okay.
then you go to down where it says later post. It shows upcoming events, but the flyers on there are out of date.
Yeah, I think there are some old links. I can go through and clear some of those out with the websites. Usually on the main solid waste page, everything is up to date. But I do know, yeah, there are some old links to things and stuff like that I can see if I can go in and clear those out.
Okay, yeah, that's all I really had. That's something that brought my attention.
Yeah, thank you, Victor. Anybody else have anything they want to discuss? All right, well, our next thing is to set the meeting for November 13th, 10 a.m.
Invite your neighboring cities and counties.
Is that late enough for Paul?
Yeah,
Whatever.
I'll be here.
Bring coffee.
I'll just be a little quieter,
Yeah.
which is a good thing, I think.
All right, well, we had a pretty easy meeting. That's 2:33 p.m. and I'll go ahead and adjourn. Thank you all.
Thanks for coming, though.
That's a good chat.
Rest